So back in 2006, I woke up one morning with a really excruciating back pain, and pins and needles in my right leg, and I got taken to A&E by my boyfriend at the time because of the back pain. I was kind of dumped at A&E and given some very hearty painkillers to deal with the back pain, and sent on my merry way. And I somewhat forgot about the pins and needles and in my leg because the back pain had gone away. Over the period of 3 weeks, my mobility decreased, so I went back into hospital because I'd started walking with a drop foot, and I kind of had lost sensation completely in my right leg. Got admitted to hospital, was given some steroids. At that point, I was diagnosed with transverse myelitis. I hadn't got a clue what that was, and basically it's inflammation of the spinal cord. So the spinal cord has a myelin sheath around it, and something, either my autoimmune system or a virus, attacked that myelin sheath, quite devastatingly, to the point that it was just one attack that left me paralysed at T9. There was talk about potential improvement or deterioration, and various windows were given to me, kind of 1 to 2 years and then 2 to 3 years. Kind of after year 3, it became a realisation that mine was pretty static. That's how it was. I was discharged from hospital in the September, so that was just shy of 6 months in hospital throughout all the hospitals that I've been to. And I was discharged back to my own home. I think for me it was really important to go back to my own property because I wanted life to be normal. But it was also quite tough because it made me realise all the stuff that I couldn't do, and how difficult life was. I needed to have various adaptations done because it was wholly impractical. Beautiful farmhouse, 2-storey. I did have a downstairs bathroom quite handily, but multi-level. So you'd come in and there would be 2 steps down into the entrance hall, then a step up into the lounge, a step down into the dining room. I returned to work within 3 weeks of returning home. And I just wanted to crack on with living. It wasn't, looking back, it wasn't suitable at all, but it did, and it did enable both of us to get back to some sort of normality. And it was a proper light bulb moment for me, probably after about 3 years, and I just had a consultant visit, where I thought, do you know what, this condition isn't going to change. And I hadn't really thought about it. I think because they'd told me it might be 1 to 2 years, or it might be 2 to 3 years. And then when the consultant was going, it might be 3 to 4 years, I think we need to stop having this conversation, and I need to be realistic. When I was at State Mandeville, SIA used to have a little stand. I think at the time it was managed by volunteers, and I was really keen to learn everything that I could possibly know about my injury and the kind of community that I was now part of, but I didn't want to talk to anybody about it. So I joined pretty much straight away. So I had involvement with the charity at that point. I would engage with some of the volunteers occasionally, but it was very much, I didn't want to be part of that club. However, with hindsight, it became apparent that having that support and the SAA were going to be really important to me going forward. The SAA, I think, is just one of those groups that everybody wants to be part of, but doesn't really get what they can do. And once you do engage with them, I think the opportunities to develop and understand and learn with them are endless. And luckily for me, the post came up for the regional peer support officer in my area. And here I am now today working for Spinal Injuries Association as a peer support officer. I do quite often get asked how I'm now in a wheelchair, and the assumption is generally that it was an accident. When did I have my accident? How has it left me disabled? And I think there is much more awareness now about people like myself who have an injury acquired through illness or disease. From what I understand, it's about 60-40 in terms of percentages. So we're leading the way in terms of the more people with spinal cord injuries are caused by some sort of trauma or illness. It can happen to anybody. They don't have to have done anything. They've just existed. They didn't do something reckless or a bit crazy. Something has just gone wrong with their body, and I think it's really important that people are aware of that. They can do nothing to prevent it. It just happens, but make sure that they get the right support that they can, and do get the opportunity to have the same channels as if they've been involved in some sort of impact.